Hey everyone, Nicola with Trimodus here today, and I want to talk meal prepping, specifically how to organize meal prepping. See, the problem with a lot of us is we don't meal prep because we don't know where to start. What food should I buy? How should I organize it? And so we get really overwhelmed with that whole process. And so Sunday comes along and we don't have a plan, and so we don't meal prep. And yet now we've missed yet another opportunity to start your week off right with a whole foods diet and some meal prepping. So what is the solution? The solution is to not get overwhelmed, not start big, but start really, really small. There are two types of beginners that I always say to my patients. One is going to be our beginner. This person maybe doesn't like to cook, maybe doesn't have time to cook, or literally hasn't ate a whole food either their whole life or they very rarely eat it. And so these people, we're going to approach meal prepping very differently. We're going to really start slow. There's a second type of person, I call this my beginner with training wheels almost ready to be removed. And these are people that have already started eating whole foods. They get the idea, they buy into it, they want to do it, but they just feel so overwhelmed with the process. So again, those people are the ones that tend to think big and they want to do everything really quick, and they're just not as organized or ready to be big. They got to go back to the basics. So my first person, right, that person who maybe doesn't like to cook or works too much and is too busy to cook, they're gonna start really, really simple. So this is my tip for this person. They're gonna start with whole food brands like Vital Farms and Primal Kitchen, and they're gonna get pre-packaged whole food meals. This makes it so simple. You guys, put it in the fryer and you just cook it for like 10 minutes, and this will make easily 2 to 3 meals for the week. And then you take these egg bites on the go and eat them in the car or when you get to the office or whatever. This is going to be the first thing you do. You do this for a week or two, and then you transition into the next tip I'm going to give my beginners with almost training wheels off. You're gonna then do this for a couple weeks, and then you're gonna slowly go into this second phase. The second phase is preparing meals. Look here, this is a whole week's worth of food. I've got my lunch, my afternoon meal, and then your dinner or breakfast can be different. They can be smoothies or something of this nature at night when you're actually at home. But the idea behind this is that you literally only make a few different things. So I have a salad for all 5 days. I'm doing a black bean burger here. That's it on each one of these salads. And then here I'm changing the variety just a little bit. So one day I'm gonna have sweet potatoes with zucchini and squash and some pork loin. The second day I'm going to have meatballs with some zucchini pasta, so gluten-free pasta, and some steamed broccoli. And then I go back to the pork, back to the turkey meatballs, and back to the pork. This doesn't make it overwhelming because you're only making basically big batches of the same thing. Then after a few weeks and you've got this under your belt and you're like a little ninja in the kitchen, then you can move on and maybe add variety. Maybe these aren't all black bean, maybe throw some shredded chicken or something else like that on top of it. But you have to start with the basics. So if you're completely new, you've never meal prepped, you eat a lot of processed foods, this is your best bet. We're gonna leave in the comments below some really good brands that we stand behind that are doing it right. They're using whole food ingredients, making it macronutrient rich and whole foods rich and very nutrient dense. My second people, I'm gonna give you a PDF with some recipes and how to organize it on our next week's episode. So hit that subscribe button so you can see that video and get that PDF. We're giving it away for free. Have a great day. Start small, get back to the basics, have a plan, and don't feel overwhelmed.